to our One Greenway, One Iron chat. Delighted to be joined today by Colin Montgomerie. Colin, great to see you again.
Well, thank you, Sarah. Delighted to join you.
So first of all, have you had a lovely festive period and you feel ready and relaxed for the year ahead, 2023?
Indeed, yes. Yeah, my God. If I wasn't going to lose weight, it'd be handy, wouldn't it? Over Christmas is a bad one. But yeah, we're off again, in a couple of weeks' time to Hawaii. I don't want any sympathy for that one, but we're off to Hawaii to play on the third leg of the PGA Tour, which is the PGA Tour Champions in Hawaii, which is a lovely resort there in Hawaii. So yeah, we start again and we just keep going, and I've recharged the batteries a little bit. I'm working with Simon Holmes, of course, we know very well, down at the Wisley. So I'm working with him, and things are going okay. I feel that the game is okay, just to compete still. I'm 60 in June, so I'm not getting any younger, but at the same time I look forward to it. Yeah, I'm as anxious to get going as ever.
Yeah, Simon's a good friend of mine. He keeps me updated a little bit on your progress, Colin. When we're in the studios together, so how often you text him quite often when we're on air, and we have a little back and forth. So yeah, good to hear.
Perfect. Oh yeah, he's a good guy, and he's a good coach. And I used to be with Dennis Pugh down at Wisley, who was also Sky Sports, of course, and now taken over because Dennis is semi-retired now, and taken over by Simon Holmes, who's super, and we get on great. So I look forward to seeing him again this week, at the end of the week, actually.
Absolutely. Look, I am very jealous about the fact you're jetting off to Hawaii. But just tell me that. I mean, you an amazing career. The longevity is phenomenal. You still have as much passion and hunger for the game as ever. Just talk to me about the goals for the next couple of years for you. What's in your mind in terms of what you want to achieve?
Well, I want to try and improve, actually, believe it or not. Technology has helped dramatically in the game of golf. The ball, the club, and of course I'm fitter now than I've ever been. I was never really fit at all during my career. So the three variables are better than they ever were. So there's no reason why, as long as I'm flexible and I still have my nerve, on the putts or the certain shots to hit, to sort of commit to them in a positive way, there's no real excuse why I shouldn't improve. And that's what Sam and I are working on, improvement, which sounds crazy, nearing 60, to try and improve at one's sport. But that's what we're trying to do. And I really feel that we're getting there. I feel I'm a better player now than I was when I was winning Order of Merits, believe it or not. I have more knowledge about the game. I understand the swing more. I can get into positions still flexible wise that I could before. So there's no reason why I shouldn't be as good, if not better, than I was.
You talk about the flexibility. I mean, injury's been with top golfers week in, week out, the pressure and just constant stress on the body is a toll, isn't it? How do you work on that to ensure that you can play continually and you keep as fit and healthy as you possibly can?
I've been very lucky. I've been very lucky. You talk about the 7 Orders of Merit in a row and everything, and you think, well, hang on a minute. The one thing that did that was really my health. If I was injured or if I was unhealthy during that time, it would have broken. So that's number one. I've been very, very fortunate in my career to stay healthy throughout, really. I haven't had any major setback injury-wise, wrists or hips or whatever the case may be. So I've been fortunate that way. And
why is that, Colin? You say luck. Is that just some of it just luck? But
I've been careful. I haven't been silly. I haven't skied. The family have gone skiing, and I've been the idiot that's gone down on the cable car, not up on it. But at the same time, I haven't been silly. I haven't done any, extreme sports. And I've watched myself. Actually, I have. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't eat excessively as such. So I mean, I've kept myself okay. I've kept myself healthy, and yes, it's luck because obviously you can catch a disease or whatever, but at the same time, I've watched what I've been doing. Yeah.
Listen, let's talk Portugal. The One Greenway Invitational last year.
Yes.
You were a part of it. It was a big success. How special were that few days in the Algarve?
Oh, it was a big success. It was a big success. I mean, you talk about pro-ams and you think, oh wow, this might not be, but actually this was a very, very special event indeed. They put it on absolutely superbly. It was so professionally run, and I was proud to be part of it. To be honest, I really was. I enjoyed the course. I haven't played the course for many years, since I won there. Back in '89? That was my first ever win at Quinta del Lago. The hotel was superb. The food is exceptional, especially having been in America for so long. You do appreciate European food, I can assure you. So no, I think everything was run in a very professional manner, and I enjoyed being part of it and look forward to it again.
Yeah, coming up obviously in a few weeks' time. So I guess you're scheduling wise, you're heading out to Hawaii stateside for a little bit, then you're coming back to the Algarve for the One Greenway Invitational 2023. How much are you looking forward to returning to Portugal?
Well, I do. I love Portugal. Portugal will always mean something special to me. Back in '89, I'd given myself 2 years at this game. I'd given myself 88 and 89 to try and win a tournament, or else I probably wouldn't be speaking to you today. And it was November '89 where I finally managed to win in Portugal at Quinta del Lago. So it'll always be have a special place for me. Every time I go back to Portugal, to Faro Airport, to get the car from Faro Airport, I'm thinking about 1989, and that wasn't yesterday. We're talking 34 years ago now. Incredible. But yeah, it was the start of my career, and I remember every shot I hit, especially the last round. So yeah, it's a special place for me, special place for the family, and I look forward to returning. Every time I come back to Portugal, I think of Quinta del Lago.
Just take us back then. I always think golfers have an amazing memory to recount shots and moments and feelings looking back in their career. Down the stretch, last few holes, talk to me through the emotions and the nerves you were feeling back in '89 on the verge of your first win on the European Tour, now the DP World Tour.
Yeah, it was strange in many ways. I started the last round 4 ahead. I was playing with the late Gordon Brand Jr. of all things, and an American Mike Smith in the last round, and I set off well. I birdied 3 out the first 4 holes and got ahead, and then I just almost switched off. It was one of these days where the hole was like a bucket. We all want that feeling, and ended up scoring 63. It was a course record at the time, and it's been beaten since. And I won by 11 shots. Now, when you think about that, you think, well, that's just sort of dramatic. But at the same time, the next 10 wins of mine were all by 1 shot. So how the hell do you win your first one by 11 and your next 10 by 1? How does that work? So golf's, oh God, it's so fickle, isn't it? But at the same time, it was a very easy victory as such, because the hole was like a bucket. One of these weeks that it just worked. And you have some of these times in your career, and you wish there were more of them. But at the same time, it was great. It was the TPC of Europe at the time, so it gave me a 5-year exemption on the European Tour, which is the maximum now, and that sort of cemented my career. Really, I could go on and play golf. Then I could relax and concentrate on trying to win events, as opposed to trying to keep my card, as I was doing at that stage. So it was a big win for me, and I managed to enjoy the back 9. I started not even looking at the lines of the putts. It was one of these situations where the ball was going to go in however I hit it. Even if it was hit it off the toe of the putter, it was going to go in. One of these jobs, and amazing. I wish I had more of them in my career, but this was a special one. Yeah, absolutely.
And coming back, you've alluded to it, but when you've tasted success, you know, a very special place for you. Like you said, you turn up at Faro Airport. You know, the beaches, the people. Just describe a little bit more about what you love, what you feel when you return to Portugal and the Algarve.
Always feel more home. Somehow, you know, Spain's great, whatever, but I honestly feel more home in Portugal than I do in Spain. I feel that the people are closer to the British people. We have more similar views than across the border in Spain, and I just feel very comfortable there. And I think anywhere that I felt comfortable, I've played well and enjoyed it. You know, I managed to win 3 times in Sweden, where I felt very comfortable there. I love Sweden, and also Ireland. The Irish and Scots, our Celts, are very close, and of course I managed to do quite well there. So I just enjoy being there and feel very comfortable there, and therefore relax when you're on the golf course. And of course, you do better that way when you feel relaxed and comfortable.
And Colin, talk to me a little bit about the quality of the field. You know, you said the proms, you've played plenty of in your career, but when you look at some of the legends of the game who are competing at the One Greenway Invitational,
yes,
it's pretty star-studded field, isn't it?
It is, and it was last year too. You know, I was expecting Champions Tour players or Legends Tour players, but here come the DP World players as well. I thought, oh my God, I'm getting a bit old for this. But at the same time, it's great competition on a good golf course too. Fantastic golf course that we all love playing. And although the weather wasn't great last year, it was slightly inclement last year, well, hopefully great weather in the winter. And we look forward to the competition as well as anything else. And you might be there and you've got your amateur partner and who you're playing with and the joy of that. But also, it's a competition and as a professional, professional pride gets in the way and you want to win. Of course you do. I mean, I'm standing there on the first tee ready to try and win along with the other guys, and it's great. The competition's superb. It
really is. So in terms of your schedule then, tell me how it looks for the next few months. How do you because I believe you got a base in the States as well. How are you sort of managing traveling back?
No, we don't actually have a base actually, Sarah, to be honest with you. I've never really lived in America. I've always managed to come home. What happens in the Champions Tour, it's usually sort of 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off, or 4 weeks on and 2 weeks off or something. So during that time, we would just come home. If it's 1 week off, we would generally stay in America. We'd find a Airbnb somewhere. We like Naples and Florida. We tend to go down there, or even Arizona's nice, especially in the winter months. That's Scottsdale. We like that too. So that's the sort of thing we do. So we leave for Hawaii on the 11th of January, and then we come back and then find our way down to Portugal, on our way to Morocco for the next Champions Tour event. Believe it or not, they're now playing in Africa. And then we go across to Naples, Florida again for the Tiburon, where they played the CME Globe, the ladies event there. So, and then we sort of feed our way across the south of America to Arizona, to California. We keep south in the winter, obviously. And then as the season progresses, we move further north to the Chicago and New York areas and Seattle when the weather's a bit warmer. So we follow the sun. I'm not here for sympathy, but it is quite a good life, I'm enjoying it as much as ever. Yeah.
How long do you think you'll stay competitive? How long do you want to keep doing this, to globetrotting? And obviously, it's your undoubted passion. It's your career. It's what you've done your life. How long do you think you will still stay competing?
Well, that's the word, isn't it? Competing, competitive. There's one thing to compete, and the next thing is to contend. And right now, if I play well, I can contend. I don't want to just be a competitor. So the time will come, Sarah, where I'll just be a competitor, which means that the best I can do is 10th, 15th. Then it'll be time, I think, to put the golf shoes away and start walking the dogs. But right now, I'm not in that position, and I feel that if I can play well and hole out well, I can contend, which means a top 5. Yeah. So as long as I can do that, I'll be playing. And hey, I'm 60 in June, so a few more years, probably 3 years max, probably something like that. Yeah. Because age eventually gets to us all, and it's not easy with the new guys coming through. I mean, for goodness sake, Tiger's just turned 47, so in 3 years' time, he'll be 50, for God's sake. So, it's amazing. So there's new guys coming through all the time from the DP World Tour and also from the PGA Tour. So it's getting stronger and stronger as I'm getting older and older. So give me 3 more years and I'll be hanging up my boots, I think.
Well, we'll be following your progress, of course. And I mean, just you mentioned it there. The standard in world golf is phenomenal. The standard on the PGA Tour champions, Rich Beam, good friend of mine, he's talked about it. It is incredible. Colin, I can't let you go without sort of speaking a little bit about next year in terms of Ryder Cup. And
Yes.
I guess the state of professional golf right now, but let's talk specifically Ryder Cup.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the American team on paper, it's phenomenal. But I
Mm-hmm.
think the last few months from a European perspective have been really encouraging. Give us your take on the European chances and optimism for you for next year's Ryder Cup.
Well, that's a good question. I think a year ago, a few months after Whistling Straits there, I would have been very, very nervous about the Ryder Cup, to be honest with you. You know, we have a fantastic record in Europe. We're very proud of it, that we haven't lost at home now, and it will be 30 years when we get to Italy that we haven't lost a home tie, which is quite phenomenal. One of the great records in sport, to be honest, that the European team haven't lost at home for 30 years. Nobody can believe that. And it's a record that we're very proud of and we'll love to keep. And we've got a very good captain in Luke Donald, who's played at a top level. He's been world number one, for goodness sakes, who understands the game completely. And I feel that with the likes of coming back into the fold that we never had before, yes, there is a change in the guard in Europe. There's no question the changing guard in Europe. The Lee Westwoods, the Sergios, the Graham McDowells, the Paul Caseys of this world. Henrik Stenson won't be playing, but at the same time, we have a fantastic, as you said earlier, fantastic new crop coming through. The Højgaard brothers, for one. A lot of new winners that just have to win again and get into that Ryder Cup set. You know, being the top 20 in Europe's one thing, but to get into that top 12 is that next step. I'm looking forward to some Scots being in there as well, Grant Forrest and Callum Hill and these guys, Ewan Ferguson, to try and get in. We haven't had a Scot in the team for too long, in my opinion, but there's a great bunch of young talent along with some established players. I mean, when you think of the top three in our team, we've got Rahm, we've got McIlroy, we've got Hovland. Well, that's a quarter of our team already, which can stand up to anybody at any time. And you add in the likes of Justin Rose, the likes of Shane Lowry, you know, these guys coming through in a very positive way. Matt Fitzpatrick. Well, there's half our team. There's six. Now, I think apart from Hovland, they're all major winners, right? And Hovland's damn close. So that's half our team already. So when you put it that way, we're okay, you know, we're okay. But it always depends on these Ryder Cups, and I'm the same when I was captain in 2010, it's how the rookies do, okay? We only won in 2002 because no rookie lost a singles match when Sam Torrance won the Ryder Cup there in 2002, that our rookies never lost a singles match. It's how the rookies perform on that Sunday that counts. We were unfortunate that our three rookies lost in 99, and of course we just managed to lose that, but we won it back with the rookies in 2002. So it's all to do with that next six. I've mentioned the top six, they're set. The next six are very important, and they're the ones that will make or break it. And I think we've got some very, very good young talent coming through in Europe, and I'm a lot more confident than I was, say, 6 months ago.
Completely agree. Yeah, and that core nucleus is very good indeed. And yeah, I think it's exciting to see some of those young guys coming through and actually who will make the team. But I think, lots of optimism for next year. Two final things, Colin. I'm going to get a pick from you if I can for the Masters. A lot of people hoping that McIlroy can finally do it. A Masters pick for April. I know we're a way off, but, you know, turn of the year, everybody now looking into the golfing season. A pick from you for the Masters.
Well, I would have to go with you. I'd have to go with everybody's view that he's back to number one in the world. He's the best player in the world. And even was, when he wasn't number one in the world, he was the best player in the world. I really do think that it's Rory's time. When you see that shot he hit at the last hole there that won the shot of the year at the Masters for his 64 to finish second, one shot behind. Amazing. And I think it's his time now. I really do. I think that all the nerves and all the mistakes have been made in the past, and now he's going to go out and he's going to blitz that field and he's going to win it, and he's going to win it by
11.
Possibly not 11. Come on now, no. But at the same time, I think he's going to win it going away from the field, and I really do, and I hope he does. I do hope he does. He deserves it. He hasn't won a major for a long, long time, far too long for someone of that talent. and he's the most talented player we have in the world game. And I just wish him well, as and all of Europe do, and all of Ireland do, and all of Scotland and all of Europe. We wish him well, and I really do hope he wins it.
It'll be special. I know a lot of people are in agreement with you. So just before I let you go, before you head to Hawaii, I understand you've got a special day upcoming.
Yes, we have. Yes. Oh my God, yes. My God, I think Simon's been in touch with you. Yes, January the 7th. Yes, I'm getting married to my love, Sarah Casey. So yeah, all's good there. And the honeymoon, unfortunately, is a little bit golfy in Hawaii, but we're going there early. So I've managed to get 4 days early. So we'll have fun in Hawaii, and yeah, we look forward to the day. Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
A special day ahead. Colin, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. And
thank you, Sarah.
We look forward to seeing you in the Algarve, the One Greenway Invitational, very soon, in a few weeks' time. So thank you. Thank you for joining us on our One Greenway, One Iron Chat. Colin Montgomerie, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.